All right, come on, everyone. Let's get them counted down for the first matches of Jonas Cup. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, Tetris!
That is the loudest Buco chant I've heard in quite some time.
Yeah,
it felt like it surrounded the entire room.
Especially with his presence being here this time. Of course, up top, we're going to have King versus Huff. And down at the bottom, we're going to have Buco versus TetrisTime.
Yeah,
Looks like to start things off, both players down at the bottom scored the first Tetris. Buco has taken a single line clear, or 2 line clears, actually.
Yeah, and Huff goes up top, also scoring the Tetris, taking an early lead and with a gorgeous stack to boot. Kingsman's finally going to get a Tetris of his own, so he's still in there. It's early game. Anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen. Right now, especially this is the first matches of Jonas Cup. It's these players' first matches, so sometimes it's just, you know, kind of finding that rhythm. Especially, you know, on CT1, you know, outside of, you know, Kingsman doing a lot of announcing and everything, he hasn't played on CT1.
At the same time, I think we've seen like him like play a lot in like CT. He plays in CTL, right?
Yeah.
Plays in CTL. He streams a lot. He puts up banger qualifiers in CTM. He has a max out. That doesn't come easy.
Yeah, and he almost got a max out in competition not too long ago as well.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Where was
I think it was like a 980.
Oh my god. I love this man so much. Yeah. And he's brought it all the way back right now, about equal line counts, chooses to go for the burn, which unfortunately prevents him from getting the Tetris that Huff has now received. So the lead has returned, but he's keeping it close.
Very close, 125 to 125, separated by 466 points. TetrisTime and Buco separated by just under 2 Tetrises, with TetrisTime in the lead. And speaking of, you know, TetrisTime, I feel like this is a bit of a surprise. TetrisTime known for being a hyper tapper and then also a roller, and then comes out and, you know, shows like, hey, I can play DAS too. Makes it into the gold bracket and has to go up against a legend, Buco.
Yeah, he got a PB in qual. As one Tetris away, as you do.
Yeah, it's not the first time it's happened in Jonas Cup. I mean, Ninja, that happened for Ninja last year. Got a PB in qual.
And it happened for Redshirt this year too.
Wow.
So you'll see, this is kind of a common pattern, and I think it will become more common in the coming years. Like top players, like really seriously practicing DAS, and it's such a cliff at first, but then everything tends to click. And I don't think it's a coincidence that it happens right before big events.
Especially you feel the energy. There's like Tetris in the air. We have Red Bull Tetris to the left of us. So there's a lot of, you know, hype going around. And I feel like live events, that energy is hard to match in an online setting.
Yeah. TetrisTime known for being generally a more aggressive player, but he's been playing pretty safe, pretty clean from this, what I've seen from him so far, and it's really showing. He has a 2.5, now 3.5 Tetris lead over Buco.
Top 233 for Kingsman, 270 for Huff. And Kingsman having to do a little bit of tricky maneuvering here. Might just have to commit to either burning out that hole down at the bottom or find some way to set up a row 2.
Oh,
tricky.
Horrible S piece right there. But wow, he actually got out of that really quickly.
Yeah, so our players on the right in the lead by 3+ Tetrises. Players on the left, of course, trailing. We're just over the halfway mark of level 18.
Yeah. And everybody's still very much alive, very much clean.
Haven't seen too many major hiccups from these players yet.
TetrisTime got a little high there. I don't think he had a really great way to bail himself out, but fortunately the bar did arrive.
Of course, when we get 130 lines in, we will increase the speed to level 19. We'll stay that speed all the way until level 29, which increases again at 230 lines.
Alright. Yeah, some really, really solid games at the bottom. We're looking at double 500K transitions at this pace.
I'm looking at a potential 600K transition. Depends on how
yeah,
the piece
he's like
is.
right on the bubble for that. It's what, like 6 Tetrises from this point?
I believe so.
But
pieces were not the greatest for filling in the center.
Oh, I love
that. Great delay burn setup over there from TetrisTime.
Oh, and he goes for the down stack immediately, but he doesn't get a flat piece, and he has to prolong it.
So bad news for TetrisTime, but great news for Buco, who's closed the gap all the way down to now 40,000 point deficit.
And TetrisTime, his board is really vertical right here. Needs the L, now did need a J, but chose to chop it down. But he's gonna have to burn more, and this lead continues to slip away. And Buco continues to be really clean. I don't think he's covered as well at all during this time.
That's also the thing about droughts is that you can be clean, but if both you and your opponent are going through the same drought, it doesn't matter. You're not going to be able to score Tetris.
And it's at 30 pieces and counting. Will it hit 40? Could it even hit 50? That is something that you could feasibly go an entire tournament without ever seeing.
Fortunately, we see it pretty often. I mean, we had 60 at Genesis this year.
Oh.
There it is. Both players able to score Tetris. Huge drought, so we will see a 500K transition from TetrisTime.
Buco, of course, no stranger to droughts. Held one of the longest lasting world records ever by having the longest droughts. He got like, what, it was 81 or 83 pieces?
I think it was 83.
And it was a 19 start too. That's mental.
And Harry Hong, of course, claimed that with, I believe it was a 101 drought.
Yeah, and then he unfortunately was not able to conquer that one, but that just means that it could have gone for so much longer. But this left side for Buco, a little uncomfortable, gets the bar.
All players are on level 19. Kingsman 391, Huff 516, TetrisTime 560, and Buco 528.
Oh, that is a 4.5 Tetris lead for Huff, and with that misdrop from Kingsman, it's going to go up to 5.
Kingsman able to actually clean that up very efficiently. Buco, a little bit of shakiness with the Daz there. And these jagged pieces are not doing him any favors.
Really high up. Square all the way to the left. Was that a quick tap?
That looked like a quick tap.
All right,
nice.
gets an L flat, but doesn't have dash for the O piece.
Oh, nice suck over there.
Oh, does he get it? Does he get it? Please.
Couldn't get it over. No eyepiece. Buco tops out at 537. TetrisTime is good at 622.
And Buco is done.
But on top, our players are not done. Kingsman at 436. Still trying to survive this. Huff also having to do a little bit of burning as well. So the lead's not increasing, but it was a massive lead to begin with.
Yeah, it's still so oppressive. And King gets the bar. The King bar.
Nice, able to get that over too. Look at this down stack from King. Might actually get cleaner before Huff.
Right. Huff somehow not in a position to get like any scoring. He's going to need to burn down all of the material on the right side.
King narrowly
That's several Tetris' worth.
Narrowly getting that eyepiece over to the left. Just a lot of jagged pieces when King was trying to downstack and it didn't help. Looks like both players are actually going to get clean around the same time.
Is Huff going to go for the middle?
King actually going for the column 9. Just going to take the triple.
Those
Maybe
are
if the
worst.
eyepiece was a couple pieces later, he would have committed to it.
Yeah, both players extremely clean right now, but both are looking for that one Tetris just to really signify that they've gotten back out of it, gone back to equilibrium. Huff up almost 200,000 points right now. Kingsman getting the Tetris, though. He is still in it. 2,000 points is a chaseable lead. He is making Huff work for this win.
Not quite able to see the spin in time to resolve that misdrop, and now this is looking dangerous. Needs an eyepiece, now it'd be a triple at best. Gets it over just barely, but now that left side would love an L piece to try and help burn that down.
I don't know if he can quick tap. I think that's it. I think Kingsman is done. And Huff takes game 1.
We do have our stars for our players down at the bottom here. 73,000 for TetrisTime. Buco at 54,000.
Yeah. Bit of a slower start for him, but then again, this stack is like also pretty clean, but there is a shift. He gets out of it. He will continue to survive, but might have to spend some lines to do so.
Formation is a bit tricky to deal with, but okay. Maybe another L piece.
But he was so aggressive in setting that up, gets the L piece at what I think is the last possible moments, but the right side was so high.
There's a Tetris going to bring the stack down.
But the next line clears will not be Tetris's.
Or, hold on. Oh, going to just take the triple. Looked like he was potentially going to set it up.
TetrisTime with some really smart burns right there, keeping the stack clean, keeping everything flat. He's going to get out of this and then become Tetris ready rather quickly. But as I say that, square pieces when he had no flat surfaces.
Maybe a potential dash shift over there.
Yeah.
But Buco's going to take the lead. Has been able to maintain a clean board following the most recent downstack that he encountered.
Now he is 5 lines in the lead. He has 5 lines less to work with, but TetrisTime is probably going to need to use all of those just to get out of this mess.
Tetris time is cleaned up. Good delayed burn. Great timing on. Oh, nice double J.
You know, we've been talking about like the massive fan club that Buco has, but you know, I think the loudest cheers I'm hearing are for Tetris time. He has a few really dedicated fans. They're cheering him on. They were celebrating his win. So, very contested match, both in terms of the Tetris and in terms of the cheering squads.
Yeah, but we all cheer for good Tetris.
We all cheer for good Tetris. All right, Tetris time.
Ooh, okay. I like it. You can tell not necessarily happy to be forced to take that triple,
but he took the safe move. Tetris time did. Yeah. Yeah.
A little bit tricky here. He actually went for the quick tap and not able to get it over. So now he's just going to have to bring the stack down some way.
Oh, but he has to cut off the right side.
He's the eyepiece. Okay, that's going to be good. Actually can slide that underneath. Look at that. Oh my gosh, what a solve over there from Tetris time. And just like that, board is clean. Tetris for Tetris time. 284 to 265. Up top, 183 for King. 223 for Huff.
In the wise words of the great stackers before us, stack for the pieces that you want.
Not the pieces you get.
But he got the pieces he wanted, and he wanted the pieces he got.
He's going to be looking for a J piece here. And just going to have to commit to the burn. He's taking the safe burns in some instances instead of holding out too long for certain pieces. Look at that. Another Tetris. And that's going to be a perfect world transfer as well.
And in spite of all of this match could not be closer. Buco is right there with him.
A single.
Yeah. We got a pretty close match up top too. Kingsman up in a bad situation, especially with 3 squares.
Oh, Kingsman gave you the shh. One of my favorite emotes that we have, if you subscribe to Classic Tetris, is in fact the Corion shh emote, famous from 2019 CTWC.
Yeah. Corion was notably not able to make it over to the States for a number of CTWCs ever since the pandemic released, but he was able to come back last year with a number of other Japanese players, and they had such a good time that I think they're going to try and make the trip again.
I would love to see it again. I mean, Green Tea and Corion, amazing to be with. I wish I was able to win my match because me and Corion were actually on path to meet each other in the silver bracket. So if that could have happened, that would have been great.
Some things are not meant to be, but there is always the glorious future. And look at Kingsman. Look at Kingsman. He was in the lead for a little bit. Right there. And then Huff caught up to him in lines, and then he was not in the lead. But we take those.
Tetris time is starting to pull.
Oh, what is he doing? He's setting up for like a crazy center roll Tetris if he gets 2 bars. When he gets 1 bar, and now there's a hole in the bottom. So he's not in a great position to score, but he is in a great position to ball out, let's say.
Yeah, more. Oh, that's actually transitioned down at the bottom. 463 to now 483. So Tetris time in the lead at transition.
Buco, I really like that burn right there. Keeping the stack level, and he's getting a Tetris. Buco's one of the greats. The kind of scores that like we put up nowadays, he was doing that all the way back in the 2000s.
Oh, that's going to be an early top out from Kingsman at 288. So Huff is good for game number 2.
It's Kingsman staring down the sweep.
Buco looking for a couple of pieces here. Would love an L piece. I piece is out. Oh, the overshift. And just misdrops for Buco. Going to top it at 497. So Tetris time is good for game number 2.
And that's how punishing Das is. You can get all the pieces. You can hold out for long enough for the game to finally give you what you want. But the execution is just so tight. It's 6 frames, basically a 6-turn trick every single time you play. That is hundreds of times in a game, thousands of times in a match. And if you're not perfect, you're at risk of losing. So we'll be getting a simultaneous starts for all matches.
Seems so. Our players on the right in the lead, 2-0. Right. Looks like we're waiting on thumbs up, and we're good to go. Let's go ahead and get them counted down. Game 3 is for both the top and the bottom. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris!
double ZP start up at top.
I
think that is my least favorite opener ever.
Yeah.
And then like they give him the square next, which is like the worst piece to follow up.
Oh, nice burn over there from Kingsman.
Yeah, but now double J dependence. Gets 2 J equivalent pieces.
Definitely a tricky opener there. And I think it was handled well.
Huff got a Tetris without needing any burns. And he had to like sort of stack up for that, so.
There was a slight differentiation in the way that they opened. Huff kind of connected both the O pieces together. Kingsman had him split apart, which led to the double J piece dependency that we saw earlier.
Now King employing the strategy of pushing down.
Buco was like getting up a little bit high. Bring the stack down.
Yeah, and 20 piece droughts right about for both players. They both survive it. They both get Tetrises, and that's the best possible outcome. The thing with droughts is that you're in them for long enough, and you start like trying to like cover your well and like play flat to like try and be safe. If you can avoid doing that, and your opponent doesn't, then that's the advantage you get, and that's the kind of victories you need to win.
Yeah, and it's always, sometimes it can even be mentally frustrating to know that you and your opponent, because we play on the same pieces, you and your opponent are digging through the same sequence, then you cover up your well, you see their screen flash, and you don't get that Tetris, and you're like, man, why did I not be able to uncover my well?
But Huff getting that bits and is immediately rewarded with the Tetris.
Is it a delayed bits or an adjustment one?
I don't remember, actually. It was so far in the past.
That was like 20 pieces ago, probably.
Something like that.
Counting.
Yeah.
Nice Z-spin over there for Buco.
We've been seeing really consistent paces at the bottom for the first 2 matches. We're seeing that again, 129,000 for Buco, 154 for TetrisTime. And now that the line difference is a bit more equalized, it's extremely even, as expected. TetrisTime has been a bit more successful in surviving the early levels of 19. There is a bit of an adjustment you have to make when like changing between the speeds.
Especially if it catches you off guard, because you know sometimes you can be so locked into the level 18 speed, and then all of a sudden you're on 19, and you're like, oh snap, I'm here.
Right. So I'll just say, if Buco is able to find himself getting out of that early stage of 19, I think we can see that match in the bottom go really, really far. Oh, Kingsman up high. His tournament life is on the line, but he covers the right side. Wasn't able to get the spin, and Kingsman is done. And Huff takes the game and the match. Commanding sweep. He was playing so clean throughout all of that. Yeah. I am a believer in the Huff Demon Run. I was saying this earlier. I will say it now. You all have heard it first. Avolavigus seeds 17, but I think he can. I think he can outplace that. He has the potential.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with this Jonas Cup is that there's so many good players almost everywhere in the bracket. And so there really isn't an easy path to win. Right. Not like there was an easy path last year, but for sure this year, even the round 0 matchups are kind of spicy.
Yeah, we could see that on the match we're looking at right now. Buco versus TetrisTime. These paces are really close. They have been matching each other just about every step of the way.
TetrisTime going to commit to this dependency. Would love an L piece.
Yeah.
Or an I piece. That's going to work as well. A couple more burns, and then TetrisTime should be able to get back into scoring position.
There he goes. Buco's already
fortunate
there.
Timing, too.
But now look at that. Buco was more set up because he didn't have to burn. So he got that Tetris. TetrisTime had no opportunity to do so. He's still not Tetris ready, even though he's been stacking perfectly. And this is how the game compounds. Even the slightest changes in the earlier stages can have effects in the future.
True, but also I think if you recognize the TetrisTime was able to kind of match that efficiency just because TetrisTime has taken fewer burns. So when Buco did get that Tetris earlier, Buco was about 4 lines ahead. So TetrisTime was able to use a later long bar and kind of stay pace with Buco.
I see. Yeah. And now he has a slight lead right now, but with this Tetris from T-Time, he grabs it right back. All right, so now we're
going to actually... going to take the burns.
Does he get the bar? Top players always get the bar. Surely, top players always get the bar. We're waiting, and now's the drought. That's lovely.
Yeah. Gotta stack for the pieces you want. You gotta believe in the heart of the pieces.
But he didn't want the pieces he got. And the bar comes around 1 too late. Oh, and it comes again, thankfully.
Who's going to be able to take advantage, take a Tetris and change lead, now just the end change about half a Tetris. Still that 4-line separation. So Buco just really has a true lead of just under half a Tetris, or over.
Yeah. We're about to hit level 19, and this is where TetrisTime has been able to like get the victories, but like, let's be honest, Buco's been playing 19 probably longer than TetrisTime has been alive, so I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Oh, he can hear us, I'm sorry. I thought he had the headphones on. All right, no, but no.
Tricky.
Oh, but he makes it down. He's fine.
540 for Buco in transition. 507. TetrisTime's going to immediately be able to try and get stacking into it.
And yeah, look at that. His board is so nice right now. And both players at about the same situation, but Buco very slightly in the lead, about half a Tetris when you adjust for the line difference, but bit of a weird stack.
Yeah, this is actually novel territory for this match in particular. Buco has always trailed going into 19. It was TetrisTime who had the more efficient 18. Now Buco's in the lead this time.
Oh no, but some really weird parity on his stack. Bro was not looking at his shadow tees.
Imagine a checkerboard.
All right, and he's gonna have to get out of this again, and now, again, the board continues to high. If he gets a bar right now, it will become substantially easier.
A lot
but
of
it's looking like he's gonna have to find his own way.
He's an L, or now looking for a J. Those O pieces once again.
Oh, the squares. But now the square is useful.
Trying to find a way to avoid putting too much weight on top of that hole in column 3. Gets access to a beautiful flat burn.
Oh, and he's clear.
And still held on to the lead this entire time.
Yeah, but TetrisTime having a gorgeous stack for himself the entire time. He's going to be able to get this Tetris, and if he's able to land it, if the bar does come, it does, he's right back in it. It's so close.
600,000 to 606, and a Tetris for TetrisTime taking the lead.
And a Tetris for Buco!
Takes it right back. It is back and forth here, level 23. Creative delay burns over there for TetrisTime.
Oh, Buco lost gas, but he gets the bar. Game bailed him out a little right there. It is a kind game, but it is also cruel.
One Tetris in the lead for Buco, but also remember, Buco is ahead in line, so TetrisTime, he can find the Tetris.
Oh, Buco really high up. He gets
nicely done. Both players knock down Tetrises. 701 and now 669. We're separated by just over a Tetris. There's another Tetris for Buco. Goes up to 733. TetrisTime answers back in kind, now at 700,000.
Yeah, these scores are incredibly high. TetrisTime misshifts at the worst possible time, but gets the pieces to get out of it.
That might have burned away most of TetrisTime's line advantage as well. And another mischief for TetrisTime, but finds clean ways to burn out of it. Tetris ready now following that T-piece.
But I think Buco has the real lead now.
But
the mishift!
Goes for the spin. If the eyepiece comes, still can be salvaged. There's a Tetris for Buco, 772 to now 722.
He can survive, but TetrisTime is so clean. He can get this Tetris, possibly, and then he can get another one. Buco is in no position to do so. He still has a 20,000 point lead. This can be serviceable, but he's clear. He's clear.
And he's going to commit for the center well. He knows that he doesn't have too much time left. Center well is set up.
Do you think he goes for the extra?
There it is. There's a Tetris. 816 and now 796.
We're approaching the territory of his highest score ever in Cup. He's
looking for it. He needs the eyepiece now.
He needs to come
the eyepiece for Buco.
He gets
one Tetris. But the 28 board is very hard to salvage. It's a Tetris for TetrisTime. 855 to now 832.
If Buco gets this Tetris, then he's gonna still need TetrisTime to not max out.
Oh, that's gonna be 29. 860 TetrisTime needs his last Tetris.
He needs a hold on. Does it come?
And there's no long bar. Wait, covers up the ball. There
what? Too late.
Barely stays alive.
And the winner of this match, Buco. Is that his CTWC record? Has he ever scored higher?
Maybe.
I don't know. We might have been looking at it. He had to put his life on the line, surpass himself just to take the game off of TetrisTime, and he's still out of deficits. In 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, we got a TJ opener. I tend to like this one. All right, and both of them do. They like it so much that they're playing in the exact same way. We'll see if this lasts all the way until the Tetris, and I think it might, but we see plenty of playstyles.
Buco, this is That's dangerous. Wait.
That's inaccessible. And it's so hard. He can get an L piece over there.
Yeah, it has to go L flat.
No, not like this. Not like this. He doesn't think it's over. And
tragic.
Just like that.
After such an amazing game 3, keeping hope alive.
But that's just how Classic Tetris is.
It's real tough because that J piece was very tricky because, you know, they stacked in the same way up until that J piece, and their approaches were different. TetrisTime managed to find the Tetris, and then Buco hung pieces on the left.
I think he might have been slightly caught off guard just by that sequence early on. That's kind of how it is, the slightest amounts of like hesitation. Like